Welcome back to this already the final segment of the Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, here on this Friday edition of the program. I generally have disdain for government. You know that. I talk about it all the time. But there are some good guys in government. Ted Cruz, who's probably been on my show more than anyone, any other program in the country. Has been a regular guest here, and another guy here locally that's one of my favorites is an old friend of mine. We go back decades, and he was Tea Party before Tea Party was even cool. That is the one and only Steve Stockman. How are you, my friend?
Wonderful. How's my old friend Kevin?
Good. Glad to have you on. Always.
I don't want to say you're old. I shouldn't. You're right.
Hey, I'm younger than you, so it's okay, buddy. But. Well, we're both at that point where we really don't want anyone to know how old we are. But I'm always glad to have you on. We need to figure out how to get you on more often. But, I mean, you are all over the place. You're doing such great work. And, us Tea Partiers, and of course, in my case, YCT, Young Conservatives, a Texas alum, like you're a YCT alum. We're excited about Ted Cruz because we're all on the Ted Cruz bandwagon before it was cool. But you have been doing some stuff that's extraordinary for decades for the cause of liberty. And I've always been not only I consider you a good friend, but I personally consider myself a fan of yours.
Oh, thanks. I'm a fan of yours, too.
Good. So we'll have a mutual appreciation dinner one of these days. So let's talk about...
You're going to like the bill we're getting ready to drop, I think, today or tomorrow, which is allowing the people that are in the military, this is such a strange notion that we have to introduce a bill, but allowing the military guys on base to carry their guns. So if somebody's crazy, like we've had 2 times at both the Navy Yard and also here in Texas, when they start shooting, our guys can shoot back. I just think it's really bizarre that we trust them to protect us overseas. We trust them to protect our families, but we don't trust them to protect themselves.
Yeah, I've been seeing some media buzz on it. It's asinine. The current law is asinine, and it's not a very new law. My understanding, it was a Clinton idea to take guns away from soldiers.
Yeah.
Before Clinton, it was pretty common practice.
You can't trust the soldier with the gun.
Right. Absolutely. And my understanding before Clinton, you had a lot of people on base walking around with guns. It just doesn't make any sense. And so I'm with you on that. And we need to do a whole segment on that. But today, a lot of the buzz is about what's going on with the debt crisis, and the fact that it appears that we're going to hit the debt ceiling again. And there's a lot of argument that it will actually cost the government more for the government to shut down. What's your thoughts? First of all, let's talk about that. Is it going to cost the government more for the government to shut down?
Well, everybody has an argument, but we never know. What's the old adage? Statistics don't lie, but liars make statistics.
Yeah, and then there's lies, damnable lies, and statistics. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I was here when we shut down before, and there were screams and hollers of pain, and of course. Now, the truth was, when we shut down, no one noticed that we were shut down, to be honest with you. So it'll probably happen the same way. People say, "Oh, you're not giving us money," but in fact, we did pay all the bills, and everything was okay. But it forced Clinton in the long run. Clinton cut a deal, actually ended up doing welfare reform, which then he turned around and said it was his greatest legislative achievement. Ironically, we held a gun to his head to get him to sign the bill, and it looks like President Obama is willing to negotiate with any kind of terrorist group such as Al-Qaeda or anybody else, but when it comes to negotiating with John Boehner, he won't.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of interesting, isn't it? I mean, this guy is quick to get involved internationally in any type of incident, but won't even go down the street to deal with Congress when it comes to this particular issue. You think there's going to be a shutdown?
Oh, I don't know, and I don't think the American people will notice if we shut down. Truly, they probably won't. Really, it'll be very minor. the humorous part is they tell you all non-essential employees should go home, and I say, okay, so why shouldn't we keep it like that?
When you got a if you got a $17 trillion debt, why would you would you have anything but essential employees in government? We need to cut them all that aren't essential.
Yep.
That makes perfect sense. I like that. So
there's so much press here too. I'm afraid to wear my pen.
So what's got to happen in order to prevent the shutdown?
Well, we have to have a president who will come to his senses and negotiate something rational. We have like you mentioned, $17 trillion in debt, and all conservatives and Republicans want to do is that be the adult in the room. When they're giving away candy and we're giving away vitamins, it's hard to convince the American people that our ideas are better, and because they'd rather eat the candy and all the goodies, but not have anybody pay for it. So we're kind of the adults in the room, and we got a very temperamental president who doesn't want to do anything responsible.
When you see us hitting that ceiling, how many weeks do we have?
Well, it's bizarre, is we were supposed to hit it back in May, and they keep putting it out there. And one of the reasons they keep putting it out is the sequester and other things that they complained about actually help postpone the debt ceiling. So we don't really know when it's actually going to hit, because the administration keeps hiding the numbers from us.
Yep.
So we don't know when we actually run out. That's kind of a White House secret.
There you go, Congressman Steve Stockman. You might contact the Congressional Budget Office. Are they getting all their info from OMB now?
Well, yeah, but they keep switching the numbers on us. So we've never got an accurate number.
Nobody really knows how bad it is. They may be good. All right, Congressman Steve Stockman. He's one of Houston's representatives, and always a great friend of this program and a friend of mine. Always good to talk to you, buddy.
Thanks, Kevin. And you got to realize both Cruz and I are local boys.
That's right. That's exactly right. By the way, I'll probably see quite a bit of you this weekend. I'll be speaking Sunday over at the Second Amendment Foundation event on media bias, and I know you're speaking there as well. I
was planning to, but unfortunately, we may be here voting the whole weekend.
Ah, dang. Well, we'll catch up.
See you. I don't know.
One of these days, we'll catch up again, buddy. Good seeing you, man.
Yeah.
Good talking to you, man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. I want everyone to have a great rest of your day. I want you to spend it sensibly. Spend your weekend, too, right here on this great station.